Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Lisa Badeau. We're just getting started with our nonstop news and weather to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And it is a cold one to start your day. And the last thing you want on this coldest day of the season is to lose power. But that's exactly what happened to hundreds of customers in our area. Otter Tail Power Company was experiencing outages in Walsh, Ramsey, and Cavalier counties of North Dakota overnight. The company website shows more than 500 customers in the Fordville, Fairdale, and Lawton Junction areas are without electricity. Many, but not all, are now back on. Lake Region Co-op also reported outages early this morning. About 260 customers need Dunvilla and East Pelican Lake areas. Many Otter Tail Power customers in Fergus Falls were also without power early this morning. Power was restored just after 3 a.m. And sheriff's dispatchers are now saying people should check the pilot lights on their furnaces. If there's a problem, you should contact Great Plains at 877-267-4764. Now, we also have this information posted on our website. You can check it out there again, valleynewslive.com. 10 minutes before 7, we are in the heart of this very cold weather. Let's check in with Lisa Green.
Bitterly cold out there this morning. Temperatures are some of the lowest we've seen in some time, and wind chills still, even as the wind has eased up last night, our wind chills are still struggling here. We're in the 50s to even 60s below zero, 65 below your current wind chill in Park Rapids. Brutally cold there, 60 below in Bemidji. Those of us out west, we're looking at some 40s and 50s below. It feels like 52 below in Fargo and 55 below in Grand Forks. Here's a look at your air temperature, your actual temperature. We're ranging anywhere from about 30 degrees to 40 degrees below zero. 32 below in Fargo, 35 below in Grand Forks. And check out Park Rapids, 40 below right now. So just a really frigid morning here this morning, and we're going to be stuck with this cold air all day long. This is dangerous cold. Even though the wind is eased up, you can see our wind speeds up to only 10 miles per hour. Definitely, we want to reconsider traveling, especially if you're going to be traveling long distances here today. We're talking life-threatening cold. If you run into some trouble on the road that's not even weather-related, things could go downhill fast for you. So, again, make sure you've got your winter survival kit in your car and all the things you need to stay safe and stay alive out there in this kind of weather. Visibility is looking great compared to yesterday, though there are some places where it's down a bit. Boston, Thief River Falls, we're down there just a little bit. And on your satellite map, not much to show as far as snow is concerned. Cloud cover, it makes our satellite makes it look like we actually have some cloud cover overhead, but this is the infrared satellite. It's looking for temperatures. It's measuring temperatures, and with our temperatures as low as they are, it's thinking it's seeing some clouds because higher up in the atmosphere it's colder where the clouds are, and we're really going to be dealing with this cold air for some time here today and continuing into tomorrow, though we do have some hints at some warmer weather coming up. So as we progress through the morning, those temperatures do rise, but only into the teens to 20s below for highs today. We could set some records for the coldest high temperature of this date. And wind chills still ranging 40, 50, even 60 below, especially this morning and into the nighttime hours tonight. And heading into the evening, we'll see those numbers drop again, 30s below overnight. But eventually a south wind does kick in. Sometime tonight into tomorrow morning, that'll happen. And we'll start to see some recovery happening with temperature, though with that wind chills are still going to be brutal. We're still talking 40s to 60 below with that warning in effect until noon on Thursday. We start to see better temperatures on Thursday, though still well below zero. A few snowflakes tomorrow, and then Friday back up into the teens above zero as we head into the weekend. Let's check in with Al.
Well, at least anybody who thinks that the cold weather has shut the town down, all you need to do is take a look at Interstate 94 and Interstate 29, and you see that is definitely not the case. Traffic has most definitely picked up this morning. Northbound I-29 pretty darn busy. Southbound I-29 not really overly busy at this point, but there's plenty of activity out there. We're just pulling on to Interstate 94 right now, and I-94 traffic is steady as well. I'm following somebody doing about 30 miles an hour out here on the interstate. And it's a good time to remind you that there are slippery conditions out here. Not that slippery, but certainly slippery conditions, particularly around bridges, overpasses, underpasses, that kind of thing. Make sure you're extra careful around those, because there is a car in the ditch out here on Interstate 94. It's in the median, actually, between 45th and Vets. There's also was a rollover a little bit earlier this morning on up by Mapleton. We have 3 stalled cars on eastbound Interstate 94. Make sure you're looking out for them as well. Drive carefully this morning and always. Willamette Valley Today traffic.
People in the valley and around the region are hunkering down today against a blast of extreme winter weather that we haven't seen in years. Even though Al is seeing some people out on the roads, some people are staying home, like our kids. Since there's not a lot of school happening today, we've received hundreds of closing announcements for today, not just from the dozens of school districts in our area, but also some city and county offices are shutting down. So are many clinics, daycares, libraries, and businesses. City buses in the FM area are not running today. Many flights are canceled, and even the U.S. Postal Service is taking the rare step of suspending mail delivery. I've only mentioned a few of the closings. You can check out that growing list on our website, valleynewslive.com. Just click on the closings tab on the top of our homepage. People without homes during this bout of extreme winter weather are taking shelter at an emergency setup in North Fargo. Latter Rain Ministries is opening its doors again today and tomorrow from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m. They're offering shelter, food, and beverages, and are even willing to go pick people up to make sure everyone has a safe place to be on a cold night. The ministry is located at 1603 5th Street North in Fargo.
There is a place here that we have our doors open. Our doors are open to help. If we can just save one life, if we can save one person from having to endure amputations even, we want to be able to be that resource.
The shelter is looking for donations of pillows, blankets, gloves, hats, coats, and scarves. Plus, volunteers are always appreciated. We also checked with Churches United. People there say they are full, but they are working with some of the other shelters and locations so they don't have to turn anyone back into these brutal temperatures. It is dangerously cold outside, and we aren't going to be seeing a warm up here anytime soon. So to show us, in case you don't believe us, just how cold it is, we decided to send the Valley Today's Abby Furchner just outside our studios to provide a few examples of just how cold it is outside. Good morning, Abby.
Yeah, good morning, Lisa. It is so cold out. I can't express it enough. And if you don't, like you said, if you don't believe us, we have a t-shirt here that we just dribbled some water on, and it is already frozen in those areas. And that just shows that if you are one of the few that may be on your way to work this morning and you accidentally spill some water on your coat, or you spill some coffee on your shirt, it is going to freeze in the matter of minutes. This t-shirt's only been outside here for about 3 to 4 minutes, and it is already pretty much frozen. We did have an entire t-shirt that was drenched in water, but we just wanted to show you what it looked like when you had some drops of water or some spills of water on your t-shirt, and it is still freezing. So if you do have to travel today, make sure that you have extra layers in your car. Make sure you maybe even have some blankets, an extra foam battery or two if you end up having to be on the side of the road, because in a matter of minutes, you are going to get cold. I have a lot of layers on, and I've only been out here for about 45 seconds to a minute, and it is freezing. I can feel that cold air trying to get in and that heat leave my body. So you will get cold here in not a lot of time.
Great examples this morning. Abby Furchner, get inside and warm up a little bit. Thank you so much for that live report. A Jamestown woman is facing charges after police say her dog attacked 5 people. 22-year-old Mariah Bermel is accused of conspiracy to commit aggravated assault, keeping a dangerous dog, and not vaccinating it for rabies. Police say her dog has attacked 5 people since September, and one person ended up in the hospital with serious injuries after being attacked by the dog. A North Dakota man is accused of sexual assault after male victims came forward more than 20 years later. 56-year-old Jerome Greenshields of Cleveland is facing 2 charges of sexual assault and gross sexual imposition. Officials say the incidents are alleged to have happened between 1997 and 2001. Let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. Here's today's question. Almost 5% of people say they called in sick last year because of this. Well, the answer? They simply wanted to stay in bed and watch their favorite TV show. That's what I would have liked to have done today. Remember, you can play along every weekday morning by heading to our Valley News Live Facebook page. And a lot of kids are probably still at home in bed. No school today for most.
And I'm sure a lot of people have called in today, too. I mean, it is dangerous to be out there. If you can avoid it, stay home. I mean, just stay home and stay warm and enjoy the good conditions inside your home. Here's a look at how things are now. We are down to 33 below again in Fargo, 35 below in Grand Forks. It's 41 below in Park Rapids. Almost everybody into the 30s below at least this morning. Those are your air temperatures. Wind chills, 60s below in several locations. Park Rapids still down to 64 below your wind chill. It's 53 below in Fargo. Again, very little warming today. We're talking temperatures that only top off in the teens to 20s below. So it's going to be brutal and dangerous all day long.
The Today Show and CBS This Morning are just about to start. But remember, the Valley Today rolls on. Join us right now for more news and weather.